Live from the heart of New York City, it's The Morning Show with Mike and Juliet. Tuesday. How to dig your way out of that financial hole and get back on the road to financial recovery. Sanyika Calloway Boyce reveals the 5 secrets to financial freedom that can turn your life around. And now, your hosts, Mike Jarek and Juliet Huddy.
You can be the smartest, most successful person in the world, but when it comes to managing money, I have a friend who, for years, was in the dark, not just about who she owed, but how much. She, had no idea.
A friend.
Don't point at me.
That is how our next guest feels. She is drowning in debt and headed for financial disaster. But fear not. Help is on the way.
33-year-old Shanique Moore is in money trouble. The single mom is working 2 jobs, but still cannot make ends meet with her $41,000 per year income.
The bills are very frustrating because you have more bills than money. If I can pay everyone off, whoever I owe any money to, tomorrow I would do it. But there's not enough money coming in to be able to do that. Between
fast cash loans and school bills, Shanique is in debt. With bad credit and no savings account, she cannot get out of the hole. It's so bad, she recently had to move back in with her parents.
Well, I'm in the same room. I graduated high school, so this was very traumatic for me. My goal right now is by June 1st to move into my own home. And so right now I'm in preparation of doing that, cleaning up credit, saving money.
But Shanique is not sure where to begin to put her moolah situation on the mend.
I definitely want to be more financially stable. I don't want to live check to check.
And fixing her financial woes is even more important when she thinks of providing for her daughter.
Just the other day, she came to me and she needed money and I didn't have anything on me. And so it's sad. And so I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it better.
And we are going to help her. Please welcome Shanique Moore. And our financial fitness coach, Sanyika Calloway Boyce, who is here to save the day.
What would you say is the reason, Shanique, that you're in such trouble? Is it just your choices that you made?
Bad choices and lack of knowledge. Some things you get into.
Oh, a lot of people in the same boat. Lack of knowledge. How about you're a single parent?
Yes.
Was your mom the same way?
Yes.
Did she teach you anything about money?
Well, no. Honestly, no. She worked 2 jobs and did her best to take care of her children.
That's familiar.
When you say lack of knowledge, I mean, there are so many people out there that identify with, you know that you have the bills coming in, but we all sometimes we don't even open the mail, we sort of throw it off to the side, and sometimes we look at some things, and you're just like, you don't even know where to start. You don't know who you owe, how much you owe.
Sometimes you don't want to know.
And I think that's a big problem.
Well, if you don't open the envelope, you don't have to pay the bill.
Well, not exactly. The idea, emotionally it's really difficult. And the idea of, I know it's bad, but I don't want to know how bad it is really where you are right now. And that's where so many people get. It's like, okay, I know it's bad. I really don't want to know how bad. But until and unless you understand what you owe, know who you owe, and how much you owe, you can't get unstuck. You're always going to be in this constant challenge and struggle.
Let's find out how much you know. Do you know your credit score?
No, I don't.
Do you know how much?
Wait, why do you not know?
I've ordered credit reports, but not with the scores. So I have some recent reports, but no scores.
Do you know what your debt level is?
I would say maybe around a good 10,000.
You're not sure, are you?
I'm not sure at all.
Do you have anything in savings?
No, I have a savings for my daughter, but not for myself.
14-year-old daughter. You want her to go to college.
Definitely.
And you want to buy a house.
Yes.
Well, let's find out where you are, because that's what you're saying. She doesn't know where she is financially, right? She needs a GPS.
Absolutely. It's just like if I said to you, Mike, I want to go to 123 Apple Street. And you said, okay, Sanyika, well, where are you? Well, I don't want to tell you where I am. I just want you to tell me how to get to 123 Apple Street.
That's what she's saying, isn't it?
Well, that's what happens when you're in the situation where you're like, I kind of owe this much, and I'm not sure. I can't help you. No one can support you in getting to where you want to go, that destination of a house, and putting your daughter through college until we know where you're starting from.
Let's find out where she is then right now.
Yes.
Okay. Here is her money. This is how it looks on a monthly basis. Total yearly pre-tax income for Shanique is $41,500. That's pretty good income. But her take-home is every 2 weeks, $1,300 in the check every 2 weeks. Auto loan deduction, $300.
So your car right now is Where?
In the shop.
In the shop.
Right?
Okay, in the shop. So you're paying $600.
So your housing is $250, the car payment and insurance about $308, and there's that car Juliet's talking about. It's in a repair shop. They want $1,700 for you to get it out of there.
Plus, then you have your Visa bill, and so left over you $452. I mean, that doesn't give you a lot to live on. It certainly doesn't give your daughter and you a lot to live on. And as Mike just said, you can't save.
Can you get the car?
When I get the money.
So that car, you're held hostage.
Well, he calls me.
He wants payment for the car repair.
He wants to do something with the car, so right now I'm just trying to do what I can do to get the money up to pay for it. And the reason that it's important for you to know exactly how much you owe is because we looked at those numbers and it looks like you have $452 left. However, you've got $1,700 and you haven't been able to put anything towards that. So this is why it's important for you to know exactly how much you owe, because you can't have $452 left and not be able to pay it. There has to be some things that are slipping under the radar that you're not accounting for, which is why you haven't been able to put anything towards that card.
Okay, I think it's all just about taking a deep breath, sitting down with all your paperwork and sort of taking the time to go through it and getting your head out of the sand, as my dad likes to say. So stay tuned. Sanyika has 5 tips to help Shanique achieve financial freedom. And you too.
Hey, we are back with single mom Shanique, who is getting a total money makeover this morning.
Courtesy of our financial fitness coach, Sanyika Calloway Boyce. And we were talking about the ways that she can help herself find good financial advice. And you gave 2 tips already, but let's just go over them real quick.
So the first thing is you need to know who you owe and what you know. The next thing you have to do is come up with a pay down plan. There are 2 ways to do that. First, you need to determine what's my urgent and important bills. And the second is what are my urgent but non-important bills that I need to pay. That's going to be the very first thing. And then after that, you need to look at what's going on in your total overall picture. And you need to see, okay, so now this is who I owe, and this is how much I owe, and this is how I'm going to pay them back. Now I have to come up with what I call the 3 accounts that are necessary for you to have. First, it's important for you to have what I call an immediate account. You need to have a checking account with a line of credit attached to it, so if you bounce a check or you go over, you're not getting hit with that $35, you actually have a line of credit that'll kick in. You also need to have at least $300 to $500 in reserve to float you between paychecks. That's the first thing. After the immediate, you need an emergency account or what I call an unexpected account. Right now, you've got a $1,700 engine blown problem. You need to have that emergency account so that you have that $1,500 to $2,000 in there liquid that you can grab without having to go to payday.
Thank God you've moved back in with your parents, your mom and your stepdad, and praise God for them.
Yes.
Now this is a chance to build the foundation again, right?
Absolutely. And that's what's important right now. Don't look at it as I took a step back or I'm a failure. It's like this is a cushion. Take advantage of it and be glad for it.
She shouldn't expect that this all is going to happen by next week. I mean, to set up the unexpected account, this is going to take a while to do, but you're just saying, here are your priorities. Do the checking account with the line of credit, then do the unexpected.
Yes.
Because her problem is coming up with the money in the first place.
Right.
But she can do that now that you
have that cushion there. Yes. So that's going to be important. And then the other thing that you want to recognize, and I know that you said earlier that you want to move into a house by June, but here's what I need to tell you. Goals in and of themselves are not bad. The challenge is the time frame in which you have. You have 4 months between now and June. It is absolutely unrealistic in the situation that you're in to assume that you're going to be able to qualify for and afford a loan. The reason that we're in the subprime mess that we're in right now is because of that. You are having a challenge paying $1,200 a month in rent. So a $1,500 minimum mortgage payment before the ARM adjusts, before the interest rate adjusts, could easily go to $3,500, which is why more than 2 million people in this country are going to lose their homes because it looked like I can afford this amount.
She believes she can buy a house by June because there's a guy standing there who wants to give her a ton of money, these mortgage brokers, but you can't do it. You got to listen to what she says there. The last one, she needs to create a cushion somehow, and again, thank God for your parents. She can create a cushion.
And this is why being at home right now is an important thing. Whether you have to take on a roommate, whether you have to move back home, whether you have to get a second or third job, don't see that as a step back. Don't see that as I'm a failure. I said I would never do this. you know what? It's okay. You have to do it so that you create the cushion so that you soften the blow if this were to happen again.
But the biggest message out of this one I'm getting is starting off by taking your head out of the sand and sitting down with
and getting very clear on what you owe and who you owe. Because until you do that, you can't move forward. You can't move forward in a positive way
Financial
until you know exactly
GPS.
what.
And you're not a failure. You're trying to take care of your daughter.
Exactly. So many of us are in this situation. Trust me. Thank you, honey. All right, Sanyika will continue working with Sanyika in the weeks ahead, and we're going to let you know how they do.
For your own money makeover, check out Sanyika's 5 tips to financial freedom on MJShow.com.